Welcome back to Welker Farms, and guess what? We are pretty much done with farming. A little bit of spraying to do. Nick's going to take care of that. He's a little not feeling so great right now. He might have the flu like I did. Doesn't look like he's got hit as hard as me. This is like the third week. Finally feeling pretty decent, but I still have that tightness in my lung from the pneumonia. But the antibiotics has pretty much kicked that stuff in the butt, so I'm doing good. It's time to start working, which means this tractor right here, we got a lot of work to do. So, you can tell, we got hydraulic cylinders, a couple pipes, a few drive shafts, lines, and then we have over here, which I have hanging from the skid steer, and I think we just need to put it up on the tractor so that it's out of the way. The radiator, or some people call rad. That's totally rad. We're gonna put it up there. Okay, I think for the most part, we should be good to go. And for right now, we'll just bolt it to the base right here. We won't worry about up here because we got to put the fan shroud on, and we also have to have the fan to put on, a couple other things, but at least if I can get it up there, then it's out of the way. So yeah, let's get busy.
Only they can make gloss high temp paint. It's off for a second. They don't give that stuff away. That's 7-inch stainless. What's that?
That's 6.
6?
Yeah.
6-inch stainless, flexible. Yeah, it's expensive. Yeah, there hasn't really been anything we haven't really used much of. Maybe the drill press, probably the lightest use.
Let's just try that was entertaining.
Well, I'm back. I'm also very sick still. Turns out right after seeding, I picked up whatever leg arms crud had. So, I'm going through it now. But I'm not having the lung issues like he had. But I'm a week into it, and it was nasty. So that's 2 flus in 3 months. So that's like influenza A and B, or is it influenza? I don't know. There's like 2 variants of it, and I think we got both of them. There's like a month of sickness if you add all the days up. Anyways, you guys don't really care about that, right? As long as we're healthy and good, that's what matters. So I'm thinking 2025 will be the year that we'll just compare all the others to and be like, this year wasn't bad. Just remember what 2025 was like? Yeah, that was the worst. This year's great. It's the kids. It's always the kids. So where do you put cameras when you've got fresh paint on everything? Right there on that corner.
That's fine. Okay, so I need that top piece. Tap that one. Whoop.
Yeah, that one's good enough. All right. Stainless steel flexible exhaust tubing is bolted on, tips on, but he's going to get the skid steer. He's going to shove the tractor forward. We're going to put it under this shop, the old shop. And the reason for that is that door lifted all the way up is about the same height as this old shop. So if we base the height of the tractor off of the old shop, when we decide how high to put that tip, as well as the intake, we'll be able to clear the door. So that's the plan. So he's getting the skid steer. So my question for you guys is, how many times have we shown you us pushing the tractor back and forth through this build? You got a number? Is it exciting yet? Are you tired of this yet? Should I stop filming us pushing the tractor back and forth? You can let me know. Yeah, a little tight there. Look at that. You're beautiful. If you listen carefully, you can hear us try to start it. Hear that? The beast. Oh, wait. So actually, the real reason why we're figuring the height out on this tractor is not just that door. It's that this tractor is going to go on its maiden voyage to Decatur, Illinois for the Farm Progress Show this year. That's the end of August or beginning of September, somewhere in that area. And bridge laws say that equipment needs to be below 13 foot 6 inches, or you have to have a special permit. So to keep things simple for our buddy Dennis, as he hauls this bad boy all the way across the country, we're trying to keep it below 13.6. And right now we are at that tip, 13 foot 3 inches. So we're good. So you got 3 inches, Dennis. Good luck. Don't worry. We didn't turn the heat up hot enough to mess the paint up, right?
Huh?
You're doing great.
Can we put something on here so we can shoot everything here out?
Why?
Okay, never mind. Good point. Fair enough.
I think it looks cool. So if you ever see sparks flying out of your intake like that, might want to stop for a minute and take a look. Could be something wrong. Here, I'll go down there. There, he's got it. I don't have steps.
That thing's heavy.
All right. Now for the other important part. Where did I put that? Oh, there we are. Perfect. Power ram. Beautiful.
Okay.
Needs to turn a little bit towards the north. Yep, there you go. Yeah, that's pretty squared up. Sweet.
That's pretty decent.
Now one piece that's missing the puzzle is a connection between the air cleaner and the intake. That's a 7-inch tube. We didn't have any 7-inch laying around, but we found a 7-inch pipe. It's over in our boneyard. So let's go take the demo saw and cut one off. An old auger. There she be. See, an old, is this a Westfield? I can't even read it. I think it's a Westfield. So yes, we're gonna cut a chunk of this auger off. That's why we have boneyards. And this old boat someday, Leg Arm's gonna put an engine in it. It's got plans for it.
I'm thinking a Honda, like a Honda Civic engine.
Yes, Hondas.
Let's just cut it at 2 feet and we'll cut it down to the shop.
You get to be part of a big bud. Sorry, boat, you don't. That's all we needed. Just in case. It's a little breezy today, though that won't burn, but this stuff will. Whittling away at the tractor, but I think it's time we paint something because it just is so much fun to paint stuff. Unfortunately not that, that's not ready yet. That's gonna be a big project for Leg Arms here real soon. Instead, it's gonna be that. Decided it's time to get the hood primed and painted because we need the hood on the tractor to figure out all the intake tubing from the turbos to the intake. And so we need the hood on there so we can figure out how it's gonna move around on top of the engine and whatnot, because it's gonna be an interesting piping to get that set up right, the way the compound turbos are on that thing compared to the old ones where there's just a nice fat turbo on the side. A lot simpler, but there's pros to this, that's why we're doing it. Anyways, it's a beautiful day today. Just right about the right temperature to paint, so I'll throw my suit on, fire up the paint gun, got a can of primer, and let's get this hood primed. It's all sanded, prepped, ready to go. Got an intake pipe too. I got that auger, got to prime that as well. And then tomorrow, I'll throw some white paint on them, get them nice and cured, and then maybe we'll throw it on the tractor. Throw a lot of stuff around here. We're always throwing stuff. Hate tags. Not a single shirt I own has a tag on the back. Tags. Well, overall, I think it turned out pretty good for a little primer. I can't really mess up primer too much other than runs. Could have used a little more Bondo right there, though. I don't know. I thought I Bondoed those pretty good, but you can see the seam. But fortunately, you guys won't see that when you're standing on the ground looking up at it. But the operators in the cab might. we'll have other things to be looking at. It's amazing too, I welded a bracket across here to strengthen the top of this. You can see under that square tubing piece there, and you can see exactly where I welded. It's just amazing how it warps the metal just enough where you can see it. You can't really see that until you paint it, and then you paint it and you go, oh wow, look at that. But it's all good, it'll blend together. Air tank's going on. We didn't really know where we were gonna put it when we first do this, so we didn't build brackets for it, but now that we found a good spot for it, he's welding it on. So there's not a lot of places left in here where you can put stuff that's not gonna be in the way of something else. Oh, weird. We also have a pretty secret in this box. We'll get to that real soon, but it's pretty. Wow, that didn't last long. We decided to bond to it. I'll sand it down, put some more primer on it, but it'll look a lot better than just painting and seeing those dips. Gotta do it right. So we're in a little bit of a pickle. That valve body is heavy.
It's probably like
We've never weighed
5 puppies, at least that's how heavy.
5
puppies, 6, maybe 6
5 Shih Tzu puppies. So it's got to get up on top of here, and I'm weak, and I'm still kind of sick. He's not sick, but still weak.
Yeah, oh yeah.
He is wearing the right shirt though. Ready, power.
I gotta get my pants. Get these things as high as you can get them.
No, so. You laugh, but kill myself. Okay. All right. So he's got to get that up here to there, and yeah, I know it's not like the what do they call that? The Olympic ball lift or whatever it is. Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness! Oh, that's more than 6 puppies, Nick.
I think it's got to be at least 160, 170 pounds. You don't scratch the paint.
This thing's heavy. Okay.
You want me to put some cardboard down or something?
We got this. Oh my goodness.
There. Now the tractor weighs 60,000 pounds.
Wow, that's heavy.
See, we're adding weight to this thing. Yeah, I don't know why they made
That baby is, that's stout.
Made it so heavy.
I don't know what they made that out of, gold. And that's where it's gonna sit.
Perfect.
Oh.
That's actually an ongoing question is what is this tractor gonna weigh when it's done? So stock, though I actually don't know how much this one weighed with the smaller cab and hood, but stock this tractor was probably around 45,000 pounds.
I would imagine a little bit more.
Maybe 48,000 pounds, fully fueled, oiled, and hydraulic and everything. So with duals, 30.5, 32s, no fluid in the wheels. So that's kind of what we're sitting at, but we've added a couple thousand extra pounds with this transmission. It's about probably 3,000 pounds heavier than a fuller transmission. All the PTO hardware, that was probably 400 pounds. That's, well, 2,000 pounds. You just saw him lift it. Cylinder's a little smaller, and then of course the hydraulic pumps. What else we got on here? It's bigger. Radiator's bigger.
Oil capacity's bigger.
We extended the front out, so we added probably another 40 gallons of hydraulic oil capacity in the front of this thing. Added that huge 2-inch slab piece in the back, so that's another 2,000 pounds with all the iron on the drawbar that we added to it. So I think I'm kind of guessing it's gonna be around that 52 to 55,000 pounds. With the Ellis dubs on there, probably a ballpark for it. So what do you guys think? What's it gonna weigh? I don't know. We're gonna weigh it. It will get weighed. When it's all said and done, we'll fill it full of fuel and we'll put it on the scales and see, but put your guess in. It's a little early. I'll probably ask this question again. 55K. I wish it was 65K because that's more with the horsepower to poundage, but we're not gonna be pulling stuff that needs 700 horsepower yet. Sanding time. Yeah, that looks a lot better. You can see a little bit of a ridge right there. We didn't sand it down quite enough, but. Well, let the sun bake on that, and then I'll probably pull this thing out here later today. And we're gonna make that thing nice and white. All right, let's throw some white paint on it. Just cured. Let's make it look like a bud. Easy peasy. Only bad part is now all the bugs that didn't exist until like a couple days ago are, well, they like the color white, I guess. So we'll let it harden, we'll brush the insects off, and then touch up. It's okay, give us bud character. Bug character. I can't even believe I went there. Bud character. Let's keep going.